Don't start phone. Hello, everybody. How y'all doing this evening? Let's see. I see Miss Scorpio. I see Miss Carmela. I see y'all saying Miss Moji, but I ain't see Miss Moji. Where Miss Moji at? I don't see Miss Moji. Mm-mm. Y'all, we gonna give it a few more minutes and we gonna let some more people come on in. Hey Traisha, how you doing, honey?
Hi everyone, it's your girl Leslie.
That's Leslie. Girl! Y'all know about Miss Leslie. Y'all better recognize.
Right. Okay, I can
Okay.
see the chat now. I wasn't seeing the chat. I got my second device open here so I can see now.
Oh, okay. I forget.
Not sure what's going on the other device, but hey, whatever.
Okay.
Miss Scorpio, hello, hello. Carmela, hi. Traisha, hello sis.
Hey, Crystal Marie.
Hi Crystal.
I hope y'all ready for another exciting topic. Hey, Rosalind.
Rosalind in the building. Oh, you got Traisha saying Leslie girl now.
Look,
Let's see.
it's addictive. I'm telling y'all. I'm good, Crystal. How are you, honey?
I am well over here, Miss Crystal.
Now, y'all know my phone ain't rung this whole entire time that I wasn't on live, but give it about 5 minutes. I'm telling
Okay.
y'all, it's good for it. And there we go. Well, what I tell y'all, it's good for it. It's good for it. Man,
I like my inside joke. I say, men, you can't live with them. Well, that about wraps it up.
that's a good one. That one's definitely good. Rosin, I'm so happy you feeling better. I am so happy you
Yes.
feeling better.
Oh, she said she's good, good.
Mhm.
That's good.
That's good, Crystal.
Yeah.
Well, y'all, I hope y'all ready to get into this topic tonight. You want to tell them what we talking about, Miss Leslie? Oh, Lord Jesus, the phone.
Okay, now where's my stuff? Where's my stuff? Okay, so girl, the phone.
It won't stop. Y'all hold on 1 second. I'm here. I'm just going to
Okay.
mute it one moment because it won't stop.
Okay, I can go ahead if you want.
Yes, ma'am. Please do.
Okay, I'll go ahead. Hi, everybody. We appreciate you being here. Our topic for today is why do a woman friend zone men? Should a man stay in a friend zone? What are your thoughts? As for me, I say that a man should stay in the friend zone. Okay? Why should a man stay in the friend zone? What says you? Okay, so I'll give you all a chance to answer and I'll go ahead and proceed. I was watching someone, they were talking about this topic, and I said, okay, I appreciate this person, I value this person, so I'm going to go ahead and listen and see what it is that he has to say. I've been following him for some years on YouTube, so okay, let's see what he has to say about this topic. And so at the end of the day, he was saying, um, that a man should stay in the friend zone. Why? because there is a message, okay, a nonverbal message that we are sending that man who is in the friend zone. That nonverbal message is, we're telling the guy, you're not good enough for me to give you my heart. You're not attractive enough. You're not cool enough. You're not swaggy enough. You're not even trustworthy enough for me to give you my heart. That's what we're saying to that friend who is in the friend zone. Now, someone may say, well, Leslie, that's not true. Okay. And that's fine. Right? We
Mhm.
have the right to our opinions, beliefs, and thoughts. What does that man think about being in the friend zone? It's what's going to matter. It's going to matter what you say and also what he says. It's never going to be one sided now. And if we treat it as such, we are already doomed to problems. Okay? Because his feelings matter just like your feelings matter. Miss Lita, are you there?
I
Answering
am
your
here
phone.
now. I'm gonna have to say now. I have a little bit of a difference of opinion.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
the
Yes.
reason why I say that is because some people don't want to actually lose the relationship that they have established with someone, and so when you go down the relationship path, it can very well damage that friendship, and you can't recover from that if you enter into like a sexual zone or anything like that. So some people deter from actually being in a relationship because they value their friendship so much more.
Exactly. And so you just confirmed what I just said, which means it sounds like you're saying keep him in the friend zone because once he comes out and there is a more deeper relationship on a more personal level where that bedroom uh was has been visited, that relationship is going to change in a way that could be good and it could go sour really fast because of the feelings that the man, and it could go the other way too. Okay, whoever's in that friend zone, when they come out, the feelings of resentment could also come out and show its ugly head.
Definitely. I agree with that. And then not only that, I mean, some women just honestly aren't interested in the man that who is presenting themselves. And it could be for a variety of reasons. It could be simply for the fact that, they know that person and they know they past and they just don't see them as a person who's going to change. And so once you have seen something, it's hard for you to unsee it when it's pertaining to a person you put in the friend zone and they're trying to be serious and ask you in regards to a real relationship. And you be thinking, now I know he was just cheating a month ago on old girl, and then he think I put the enter into that.
Right.
Mm-mm. Yeah, so that's also another reason why some men are put in the friend zone.
Okay,
Not only
can we
that,
pause
they know
right
your
there?
stuff, huh?
Can we pause right there for a
We sure
second?
can. Hmm.
Okay. So, yes, okay, that is a good scenario. So, we did see that particular friend. Um, well, we heard what he, what we know is that he cheated on his significant other. However, he told you, as his friend, Lita, that really hurt me to know that I hurt her. I love her. I'm just going to have to work on myself. And I really don't know why I did that. But he still cheated. He
Hmm.
still cheated. And you may have told yourself, that couldn't be me because I will leave, blah, 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 whatever. Fast forward now, he's still your friend now.
Hmm.
Fast forward, I'm not sure how many years. I have a very healthy scenario because it happened to me. So now let's go fast forward those years. Oh my God, he's been consistently your friend. You trust him. You know what I'm saying? You trust your family around him. You trust him around your family. All of that good stuff. And oh, wait a minute here. What is okay, heart? Come on now. Don't start changing. What is my heart telling me now? What is happening now? Should you ignore those feelings that are now you're feeling different about this friend? You know, you're starting to your hands are starting, your palms are getting a little wet here, and ooh, it's warm around this friend, and I'm not sure what's going on. But then you wait, and you still the years, the time is still moving now. You can add 2 more years if you want to. That feeling gets stronger and stronger. You may misunderstand what's going on, but you take it as, I think I'm falling in love with my friend. And
I
so
think
because of that love, you and it all depends on how he moved when it comes to the way he, explained to you when he did cheat in the past, all of that. Are you going to give that friend grace? Are you going to say, no, I don't, I'm just going to ignore all of these feelings because you cheated on homegirl and I don't appreciate that? Can you truly say you will not give him a chance or give him some kind of grace because he did show that he was sorry? It didn't mean to hurt her.
it depends upon the woman. Um, if that woman is seeing the change within that man for herself, then I'm sure she would give him the opportunity in regards to a relationship. But if she's not seeing a change and he's exhibiting the same pattern and behavior that he did when he was in his marriage or his
Yes.
relationship,
Yes, yes.
then I feel like she would definitely run because she's already seen the red flags, the red tape, and she knows his pattern because they're friends. They've learned one another's behavior.
Yes.
So that's how I see it. Tracia said, "How could you explain having a man as a friend and his girlfriend is jealous of y'all's friendship or boyfriend is jealous of y'all's friendship and it's nothing more but friends?" Baby, I've had I've had them problems before.
Mm-hmm.
Um, hey Sherry, um, it's very hard to explain a friendship. Um, that it's just hard. Uh, I've had people when I was younger, they would inbox me, "Well, how do you know my husband?" And I'm like, "I
Wow.
think that's something that you should
Dang.
ask your husband. I'm not married to you.
Dang.
Um, I think y'all should have a conversation in regards to how I know him. Like, I'm not trying to get in the middle of y'all's beef or whatever y'all got going on. Like, leave me out of that." Um, and so I've had one woman, she just told me, "Well, I'm gonna have him to unfree." Okay, not a problem. But I'm like, that's not my place to sit there and carry on a conversation with you pertaining to your husband and how your husband knows me.
Right.
Everybody has a past
Right.
and how they know certain people in their past, then they should be talking to you about that, not you coming to someone else and asking them about it.
That happened to me one time where I was in a relationship with someone, and then there was no relationship. I don't know where the person was at. He didn't know where I was. And fast forward, who cares? So then he got married, and whatever he did, which had nothing to do with me, he put some of his thoughts on paper. Like, who's doing that? But he did do that. And with on that paper, he put my name. I'm like, that was dumb.
Mm-hmm.
He put my
For
name
real.
and he put my phone number. Like, okay, this is really dumb.
Mm-hmm.
And the wife called, and I was confused. Like, who is doing that? Like who? And I'm like, okay, ma'am, I really find it hard to believe that my name was on a piece of paper with words and my phone number. Maybe you went into his phone and you don't want to admit it. But look, that's you all's business. So she just had a problem with what he said. And I was listening to her. I was very quiet because I said, if I was the wife, I want the other woman to listen to me. However,
Mhm.
Leslie Hill was not calling no woman, asking no woman no questions. Period.
Exactly.
I am totally against that. Because the woman could make you upset. Now you cussing her out. Now you ask for forgiveness. You're doing all of this. I'm not doing none of that. So she expressed herself. I'm listening. And I told her, I said, ma'am, I just really want you to know I am not used to these types of phone calls, but I'm going to give you respect. You say you his wife. I do not talk to him. He does not call me, none of that stuff. And I'm thankful that you called me. I promise you, whatever he's saying on paper, whatever you find in his phone, has nothing to do with me. I do not contact married men, period.
Mhm.
So after today, if you hear anything, can you please leave me out of that? If you don't see my phone number in his phone that I called him, we should never have a phone another conversation. And so she appreciated me, as far as I was respectful to her, blah blah blah. But then she wanted to tell me something personal. I said, "Excuse me, have a nice day, man."
Mm-mm.
I don't want to hear about your relationship.
So
You,
now
you,
Traisha says, I
girl.
try to keep my friend's relationship with myself out of my relationship. I did have two male friends, but I respect my relationship with my boyfriend and they respect my boyfriend. I mean, I definitely think you should always respect your relationship, but that doesn't necessarily mean you have to give up your friendship at the same point in time. It just depends on what type of friendship that you have.
It
Um,
depends, yeah, all the way around.
yeah, if it's strictly platonic and you know it's always been platonic, um, I don't see any reason why you couldn't incorporate your boyfriend into the friendship. Like, this is just my friend. Y'all have an established friendship. Um,
What if Taisha's boyfriend says no? I don't want anything to do with your friends. They're your friends, not mine.
then she would have to respect that decision.
And
Some men don't want to meet male friends, and
right,
some want to be all in the mix.
that's right. Some act like, and also you have to realize, you have to add the ones who act like they want to be in the mix and don't.
Mhm. They
They
just
don't.
want to make sure that that man ain't trying to push up on you, or
Mm-hmm.
he giving off some kind of signal that he wants you on the cool and you ain't picked
Mm-hmm.
it up.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Now, what if you have these friends? Okay. Now, I don't want to use you as an example because we're talking about something that um we don't want in our relationship. So I'll just put I'll use myself as an example because I already know the answer.
All right.
Bye bye, friend. Bye bye. I don't care about the scenario. If my man tell me, babe, I don't want you to be friends with so and so. Are you okay, babe? Like, did he say something to you? No, but that's just the way that I feel. I'm not feeling okay. Whatever his reasoning, whatever. Bye bye, friend. I'm sorry. He doesn't have to give me a legit reason. My man doesn't have to give me a reason that I should, that I need to connect to or agree with. Because I really thought about that. I really did. Years ago. That if a man asks me, which a man did, if a man asks me, Leslie, you're just going to have to get rid of that friend. I'm not comfortable all of this. I would rather get rid of the friend because women, we have these senses that, oh my God, this woman does not want to be your friend. Like, really? Babe, I think you should not, however you want to ask your man, babe, I think you should say bye bye to that friend. I'm just not feeling it, boo. The vibes are off. I want him to say, you're right, babe, she's gone. I don't want him to fight me. And so I'm not putting up a fight. I had already, and with my friends now, I called a friend, I can't tell you how many months ago. I said, I was just checking on you, because he has some medical issue. I was just checking, not medical issues that's going to put him in the hospital, but if he eat right, he'll be good. Just checking on you, see how you doing. Oh, I'm fine, this, that, and the other. Okay. And it was something that was said that told me this dude need to stay in the friendship. As a matter of fact, he's having problems. So, so I said, you know what? Uh, it's okay with me if we don't talk because I'm already in a relationship, and what you just said is not okay. And I'm not the one. You know me. You know me now. I'm not the one that's going to argue with anybody. And so he knew that, and he still know. Although I don't talk to him, he still know. Leslie is not playing. When her man come here on U.S. soil, she's not talking to any man. There is no conversation with any other man. So you may as well get your talks in now. It's not gonna be conversations. Where am I supposed to be talking to these men at? In the bathroom? In my car? On my way to a client's house? I don't think so. I'm not doing that. Because I don't want it done to me. So, friends, bye bye. It's nice
Well,
knowing you.
now you know I I can't agree, but I respect
I
your
have to
decision.
agree with that. I was married, Miss Lita, and if that man, if my husband, if your husband tell you, babe, no, and you put up a fight, it's gonna be something. Cause karma is for real.
Now, so let me give you my situation. There was a gentleman who I have been friends with since college. Um, we met my freshman year in college, my very first semester, and we have been friends ever since then. Um, Now he got married some years ago, but before he even married this young lady, he let her know, like, we were friends before you. We're going to be friends after you. If you are not, accepted of the relationship that we have as friends, then you might not want to be in a relationship with me because that's my friend. If she calls, I'm gonna pick up the phone if she needs me, type thing. Um, and so
This is what the man said.
this is what he told her.
I
Um,
appreciate that because he's saying
yeah,
this at the beginning,
yeah, he
and I
was
would have
very clear.
said bye bye. No, ain't nobody telling me what to do. I don't care what anybody says. No, I don't get
Now,
to that
like,
much.
I mean, anytime this man comes to town, he's gonna call. He's gonna come by. He's gonna see my family. He's gonna see my mom. He, I mean, that's just our friendship. We live in two different areas of Texas. We don't live anywhere near each other. Um, we don't speak to each other on a frequent basis or anything like that. But it's one of those, it doesn't matter how often we speak. If something was to transpire and we needed help with something, we would definitely help one another because that's just how our friendship has always been. But he's came down before with her friends and we've all gone out to eat. Like just so that way they would know like it's nothing going on. We're strictly friends. Like I just respect the sanctity of marriage. So let me ask you, Leslie, if you was working at a job and your man didn't like a particular person at your job, are you gonna quit doing your job because your man didn't like the person who you was working with? Oh, I think Leslie's phone went out again. Let me drop the link so that way when she come back, she can get in again. Hold on, y'all. So I'm gonna wait for Leslie to answer when she come back. I don't know what happened to her, but some other reasons why people can be in the friend zone is one, they unclear in regards to what they want. They haven't prioritized their life in regards to what they want. Um, so that can possibly be the reason why as well that they're in the friend zone. So okay, Miss Leslie, go on and give me your answer, ma'am.
That is a good question. I'm going to answer you as honestly as I know how. What am I going to do? Am I going to stay on the job or am I going to leave that job? I'm going to work with my husband and see what it is that we can do because a scenario did happen like that. But at the end of the day, I did not have to leave the job. Somebody was coming on to me, kind of thing. I ignored it. I ignored it. I ignored it. The guy kept saying this and that to me directly. I ignored it. I ignored it. And then finally, the husband felt something. You know how you just know somebody for so many years, and Miss Linda, you just seem different today. I said, you just, are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. No, you're not okay. Yes, I am. No. My vibe was off. And then that's
Mhm.
what it was. I start feeling this fear like, okay, this guy, he's saying these types of things to me. I asked him to stop. He didn't stop. And then when I was going to my car, we were changing shifts. 11 p.m. was the time I'm exiting, going to my car. You should be seeing and checking on the clients, but you're watching me to my car. So I start feeling uneasy. And he did that one time too many. And when he whistled at me, that was a big problem. You're not supposed to treat your coworkers like that. So that scenario was different. The husband was like, "Look, I don't think you're going to say anything. You're too nice." That man called my job, told the manager, blah blah blah, very nicely. And they asked the guy. He said yes. And they said, "No, we can't have this." So, but if it was that my husband at the time asked me, would to leave the job, I would have talked to him in such a way that, okay, I can leave my job, but what else do we have in position? Do we have a plan? Because if that plan super exceeds the money I'm making at that particular job, let's go, babe. Because I just want peace. Like I really do.
Mhm.
And it has to be that I love my husband more than I love a job. It just have to be that way. And I know some people that will deny that. They will say, no, let's say I love my job more. Then you should not have gotten married. How do you love something or someone more? The only person, thing, or whatever you should love more than your husband is God. So I don't relate to anything else. Oh, girl, I wouldn't leave my job. My husband say, if he has another plan, if he has a business plan that makes sense, let's go for it, babe. Let's go for the plan. Let's work this plan as I stay on this job, but I'll be looking for the exit door at this job. I can't cold turkey and leave. That wouldn't make sense. That's not who you marry. You didn't marry a fool. But I will,
Okay.
and to answer that question, Miss Lita, I will be looking for the exit door as my husband. I mean, you must have a plan if you're asking me this, husband. You must have a plan. So yes, I will leave that job.
Now, I have seen just some men just flat out be jealous and controlling, and they just don't want anyone around their significant other. And so they will create a problem within their head.
Yes.
And so
Mhm.
that becomes a problem. And it's like, no matter if you just going to the store, They want to be with you when you go to the store because of their own insecurities, or they could very well possibly be cheating and they just making sure that you don't run into their others.
Yes, yes, because that's doing too much. If they don't want you to go to the store without them, that's doing way too much. Somebody got something going on. Like, what's going on in your head? You married me, and you decided to marry me, and I'm sure in that decision you had to have some kind of trust. Where did that trust go? And usually we lose trust for the other person if we're cheating,
Yeah.
or we allow the enemy to create scenarios in our minds, and then we go with it. We believe in it. And some women, even worse, they'll have a dream, and they're laying next to their significant other, and then in that dream, the dream is saying, okay, here's the nightmare: your husband is cheating on you. And that's not reality necessarily, but then that wife or that girlfriend or that fiance will wake up from that dream and cuss out the significant other, like just making him guilty, already making him guilty. You didn't ask not one question. I kept those dreams to myself because I didn't want them to ever be realities.
Mhm. I don't know. It's just like like you say, if you have a plan for us as a family, in a different direction that's going to make us a substantial amount of money,
Oh
then I don't
yes.
mind quitting my job. However, if you don't have a plan and you just want me to quit just because you don't like Billy Bob being around me,
Right.
then I can't do it, because
Can't
at
do
the end of
that.
the day, I still have to consider my family. If you was to up and leave tomorrow, I need to make sure that Lita is good to
It's
take
good.
care of the family.
That's right.
So I just, we can have an exit plan all day long, but I still got to make sure that before I exit, that we got everything in the place
That's
for the
right.
next level. Um,
That's right.
so that's just me. So another reason why some people would put a man in a friend zone is that they aren't clear what they want in a relationship. And so when you are with them, you are developing feelings for them. However,
Mm,
you put them in that friend zone because if you were to cross those boundaries and to sleep with them, it's not going to go nowhere. So why would you
mm.
put yourself in that predicament, and you know that this person is unclear in regards to what they want in a relationship?
That is right.
Another one is they give too much of themselves too soon.
Ooh. Oh. Yeah.
I've had that happen a number of times. Like, I've had men come to me and approach me and say, "You gonna be my wife,"
Ooh.
and we've only known each other maybe 2 3 days. Like,
Oh. Yeah.
bruh, have several seats. Get out my face with that.
Yes.
Like, you moving too fast. I
Mm.
don't know you. One man even showed me a ring, and I was like, "Baby,
Mm.
if you don't have several seats, mm-mm."
Mm.
Um, Another reason is they treat dating like it's an excuse to party.
Mm. Yeah.
So, I'm gonna leave that one there. Yeah.
Do anybody have any questions before I continue? Let me see. Let me see. I don't see any questions. Did we read the okay, we like brothers and sisters part from Traisha?
No, we hadn't.
Okay. Okay, we was like brothers and sisters. That's why I try to keep my friendship with males a distance from my relationship, because sometimes my boyfriend can be jealous sometimes. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, uh, what I would not do, just speaking for myself. Now, um See, you know what? Just looking at the whole topic, just looking at everything and then just reflecting, just going back, just thinking and okay, Leslie, that's not who you are now, and that's not where you are. So where are you? Asking myself, what I am not interested in is okay, here's a friend of mine now. I am not interested in introducing that friend to my significant other. Men are on a whole different wavelength than we are. Their mindset is totally different. Okay, babe, this your friend. You have told me about this friend. Okay, here's the introduction. Okay, the man could be thinking in my life, okay, bye. But
Mhm.
I'm gonna act like I'm into this friend because my woman is into this friend. But let me figure something out so I can tell her, bye. I don't care about your friend, and I don't care about you all being friends. But then they'll act the part,
Mhm.
and certainly things of that nature. I'm thankful that my man is very open. He'll tell me, boo, no, nope. And we already talked about that. Friends, what should we do concerning the friends that we have? So I already have my answer to that question. He already have the answer that I have given him, and that's where we are. We don't need friends when it comes to what we're doing, where we're going. We're not going to our next level with friends. I didn't tell him not to bring friends. He did not tell me not to. He said and gave me his honest opinion in the beginning of our relationship. And I said, well, sounds good to me. And there was only one friend in question that I could not leave behind. This friend happened to be a friend of mine for, let's see, my oldest son going to be 33. So 30 years. 30 years, me and this guy was friends. He was my husband in my head. And it was okay that if he was not sick, it was okay that he would not have actively been my friend. But he got sick. I said, so okay, I have to talk about this friend now. I got to bring him up. I got to bring him up. I told my fiance about my friend and I told him, you know, my heart. I am a care provider. You're the love of my life, and I am a care provider. And this is my friend. I cannot abandon him. Thank God he respect that because if he did not, there would be some great problems because my friend was sick. So you want me to leave a sick person? I wouldn't leave a sick person if he was not my friend. So why would I do that to a friend? And why would you ask me to? That's some cold stuff. And he didn't at all. He said, babe, a friend of yours would be a friend of mine. And I said, you sure this wouldn't bother you? Because I have to. He's sick, babe. He has cancer. So no, it's not a problem. I know my wife. You know, he doesn't call me his fiance. That's not what they do in their culture. You're the wife, and they understand that we have to have a ceremony to make it right in the eyes of God. But that's beside the point. He was okay with me visiting that friend who could no longer live alone. He had to move back with his parents because he could not live by himself with fighting cancer, dealing with that cancer. And now my friend is gone. And so when I look at my fiance, I have mad respect for him. So if somebody want to be my friend, talking about Leslie, I just got to stay right here next to you. I'm sorry. If my no, honey, I'm sorry. No, that's not gonna happen. I mean, I love my friends, Miss Lita. I really do. But I got mad love for the love of my life, and I am not jeopardizing that relationship for nothing. Just not because he is my friend. We became friends first, and so yeah.
So Traisha says, especially if you are faithful and to your significant other, and he doesn't trust you having males as friends, and you respect your relationship and yourself to not go further than that.
See, that's a that person, that's my significant other not trusting. That's a whole nother, woo, that's a whole nother level. If he
Miss
doesn't
Camila,
trust me to not have friends, if it just have to be, okay, you don't trust me, is your reason why you don't want me to have friends, this is a big problem. Why don't you trust? Something has happened to you that, brought you here where you don't trust. Because we all have some trust issues sometime in our lives. I had trust issue. I fought them then. I lost the fight, and then I got back on the fighting, the belief that everybody was guilty before proven innocent. That's wrong. That's wrong. I believe that we should be treated as if we are innocent. If I didn't show you that I am guilty, then why don't you give me grace and trust me? Because if you don't, I'm not going to force you to trust me. There's nothing else I can do for you. If I love you and you still don't trust, I'll help you get there. But look, I mean, how long do we have? We're not promised tomorrow. I don't have years and years to hold your hand because you don't trust. You need counseling. You need something that a professional probably can help you with, not me.
so Miss Carmela says, wonder if he have a woman for a friend, and if his wife don't like it, would he give that friend up, basically?
That's something, Carmela, that I would have to know in the beginning of our relationship, because those type of questions, I promise you, I ask, and I don't ask um, in a sarcastic way. I don't ask that question. What would you do if you have a friend, or do you have a friend, and what's your friend's name, type of thing. Okay, and I don't ask those type of questions back to back like I'm interviewing my man. But those
Yeah.
that kind of question there, I need to know in the beginning of our relationship, because if he says, "Boo, I have this friend. She's a lady. We've been friends such and such years. I cannot not be her friend." Okay, well at least I'll know in the beginning. Leslie, what are you gonna do? Give me the opportunity to see what it is I'm gonna do in the beginning of our relationship. But as for me, I think what's going on is he's spoiled, I'm spoiled. We're just not bringing any friends around. I am high, naturally high off this man. He's naturally high off me. We're not bringing any friends around. So as far as any types of scenarios, I can play the what if games, but at the end of the day, we're not bringing friends. We can make new friends, is what we're talking about. But those friends, those and stragglers, and X factors, no, we're no.
I mean, for me, I would definitely have to monitor the behavior. If if my significant other just seemed to find a problem with everyone that I was friends with, that would make me wonder if it was a control thing.
Yeah, it could be,
And so
yes.
and so I would have to monitor that. Or if it's just significantly that they don't want any males around. Is it just a jealousy thing?
Hmm.
Um because I have plenty of males who I have a platonic relationship with. Never thought about them in the other way. For example, me and Gangster, we that's my ride or die, my ace boon coon. But I respect him in a close relationship. I have never looked at that man and ugh, ugh, oh excuse me. I'm
Don't do
sorry.
that,
Ugh,
because I might have to snack on something later.
oh my oh I'm
Could you
sorry.
not make that sound, please? Thank
Oh
you.
oh my God.
Could
Okay.
you please?
Just the thought of that makes me sick. Okay,
Hmm.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I don't know. Now I do. Oh, I do recall when my child was first born. I had she had a godfather.
Okay.
and he wanted to be the godfather to my child. And I definitely was in agreement with it. He wanted more kids, his wife didn't. And so that was his way of kind of balancing it out.
Okay.
Now, I didn't really know the wife all that good. And when I spoke to her in regards to him being the godfather, I let her know, the mom had picked out someone else in relations to the godmother. And I couldn't change that at the time because, that was her decision, but she let me pick the godfather. And so I didn't want her to be on the outs in regards to it, but I wanted to talk to her about it just to, get her feelings, if it was okay with her, or if she didn't want her husband to be a part of it in any kind of way. She did ask me, could she? And I said I would talk to my niece at the time. And she finally had agreed to it. So I was good with it. Now, this lady, I was respectful of their marriage. Every time that it was something that needed to be done, I would contact her beforehand and say, hey, I need to do XYZ, with like putting up pictures or something. Is it okay if your husband says yes? Is it okay if he helps with pictures or something like that to put up some pictures?
Nope,
Why you say no?
because I'm the wife and I say no.
No, I'm asking her. I hadn't even asked the husband. I'm asking her out of respect for her.
I'm the wife.
And okay, but she never said no. She always said yes. Now,
Wives will say yes to things like that, and they'll get upset behind the scenes, wish they had said no.
oh my God. So one time I forgot. I forgot this one time. Now, keep in mind, I had asked the week before because I was trying to get everything situated for whenever you're going through an adoption phase, you do like all these different types of inspections. And I had so much stuff that I was trying to get put together and everything. I forgot that I had asked the week before, could this gentleman come? And that I didn't ask this week because he said last week that he couldn't do it and she was in agreement with it. So I wasn't even thinking about it. I'm just thinking, oh, okay, she's in agreement with it. This lady flipped out on me and went left. I was like, what the heck? You got a brother-in-law, you got nephews, and I'm like, if they were able to help me, I definitely wouldn't have asked your husband. But they looking for somebody to put up their own pictures. So yeah, she acted a fool. They needless to say, they got a divorce.
Mm.
But like I told him, I'm not trying to get in between y'all's relationship. I've been respectful. Every time that it was something that needed to been done in regards to the baby, I've asked your wife first, was it okay if I asked you before I asked you? So for her to approach me in the mannerism that she did and in front of my child, y'all don't have to be the
Oh,
godparents.
oh,
Cause she came and she was screaming, and
oh.
we're in my baby's room, and my baby is
Mm.
laying in the bed, and he was like, "Hey, chill out with that.
Mm.
Like, ain't nothing going on with us. The door is wide open, lights on. It ain't like the door is closed or something."
Mm.
So it was an ugly mess, a real ugly mess.
See, okay. When I talk to my sister, this is a side note. I'm getting right back on that subject. This is a side note. When I talk to my sister and she talk like that, conversation flow, 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 flow. I said, "Girl, I done got older now. Slow down, honey, because I got a lot of thoughts going on in my mind right now, and I don't want to get lost in the sauce." So hold on, hold on, Miss Lita. So it doesn't sound traditional. How this came about, the godfather, godmother. That's okay because that's just the world that we're living in. So are you saying, because I didn't get that part, I heard you say that he became the godfather first, but was he married to her during that time?
He was, which is
Okay.
why I approached her and I let her know, this isn't my baby. My niece was asking in regards to who I thought would be a good godfather,
I
and I told
know,
her.
friend. I know, friend. My heart going out to you because I'm okay. It's not easy for us to understand all parties and where their mindset is. It might look a certain way to us, but the other person is going through something much deeper sometimes, not all the time.
Right.
Okay, so in that scenario, I'm just going to be honest with you, Miss Lita. Mm, as a wife that I was for 17 years, I would say no. I would say no because I'm only because it's too different. It stand out too much from what we're used to in regards of tradition. Traditionally speaking, if a husband and a wife are under one roof, okay, I'm saying this specifically now because there are some husband and wife that are broken up, and then we might still want one of them to be the godmother or godfather. That's still a no. So let's get back on husband and wife together under one roof. Now, usually we ask both parties to be the godparents, not go to one and ask the wife, could you be the godmother? Because then, in some scenarios that I've heard of, that husband feels salty. Like, why wouldn't they want me to be the godfather? I'm married to you. And that's because of tradition that is understood in a certain community. In my community, that is understood.
Not in my community.
Oh, okay.
Um, because I didn't know the young lady. Like I knew her, but I didn't know her like I knew him and his family.
It sounded like you didn't know her at all.
Like we knew each other in passing from church.
Oh, okay. Knew of. Okay. Okay. Not personally. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a no. I'm sorry, friend. Like I'm just being honest. I'm not saying that you did anything wrong. I'm saying that um that would be a no for me as a wife because I would feel left out. And husband, why do you have to be the godfather? I'm not the godmother. And what I'm not going to do is ask you if I can be the godmother. I think it's a joy when people come to me personally. Leslie, would you be the godmother of my child? I'm not asking nobody that because I'll never know if that's truly what you want. That's like asking a man, would you marry me? And I'll never know truly if he would ever come to me and ask me.
Well, now I like I said, I never asked her because I didn't know her, but I had asked her in regards to her husband. Like I say, I'm always respectful of someone else's marriage. I respect the sanctity of marriage. And so it wasn't one of those things where I was just going to be like, oh, well, I asked him. He said, yes, I ain't worried about your feelings. No, I made sure that I addressed it with her out of respect for her because that was her husband. But she just went back crazy on a whole bunch of stuff. And I was just like, yeah, oh no. Mm-mm. I'll remove my child before we deal with you and your mess. So that's how it went down. Now, let me give y'all some other uh snippets because I got a lot of them. You would friend zone a man if they're trying too hard to prove their worth. Um,
Oh, that's
or
a fact.
yeah,
Yeah.
they overdo it.
Yeah.
They
Making
don't know
themselves
how to
look
be
thirsty.
subtle.
Yeah.
Then you would friend zone them if they're casual jokes and
Ooh.
next
Ooh.
screamed friend.
Ooh.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's see. You would also friend zone them if you weren't sure what kind of guy you want yet, and if they felt that bill in regards to what you think you want versus what you actually want.
I think that could be a cop out. Or
I mean,
it could be the actual truth that, okay, if you don't know what you want, who you want, it's not that, okay, that's understandable. But to put someone in a friend zone, it's like, I got a feeling that, and I really do believe you're cutting some things off with that friend because you put him in a friend zone. So he's not going to get as close, be as close. And so he's going to know that you're moving differently. And so if
eh,
it's because, why did you put me in the friend zone, Leslie? Why did you put me in the friend zone, Lita? And if that reason is because I'm unsure, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to be that open to say to a man, I don't know what I want to do. Because if I don't know what I want to do, he would have been a friend in the beginning, not elevated to something else, and then lowered to back to the friend zone. That's not, no, because if you do that, you're hurting the man's heart, and he's going to resent you. Things are going to start happening, and he's going to show his ugly colors.
I mean, some women say that in regards to they don't know what kind of guy they want yet because they could have just gotten out of a relationship. And
Okay.
so they are unclear in regards to what they want because of just getting out of a relationship. And so they want something different, and they have to regroup, refocus, and put themselves back together again before they can enter into another relationship because
Okay.
they might be jumping back into the same thing that they just left out of.
I got an answer for that, but keep going. Let me wash my hands. I'm going to close my mic. And don't you say anything, Lita, about any jokes about me washing my hands, sister.
I'm
Okay.
just y'all already know what I'm thinking, so I'm gonna leave it alone. Um, Another reason why is she could be grossed out by something that he's done,
Yes.
and she's trying to be nice, but at the same point in time, every time she see him, it could repulse her. She's just not into you, dude. She not into you. Has no desire to see you in any way other than just a friend. Um, because you're too familiar. You can be too close to someone. You know them too well, and you don't want to cross those boundaries. It could be she's simply not attracted to you, or she's attracted to someone else.
Woo! Yes. I'm telling you. That's it. Keep going. That's
It
it.
can also be because she is busy. Like, she's a mother and she is working. She doesn't have that substantial amount of time to actually engulf into a relationship. And so until she feels like she can give her all to the relationship, she chooses not to be in a relationship with anyone. Now I see somebody say Miss Moji. I don't see Miss Moji. Are y'all seeing things? Did Miss Moji come in? I didn't see it.
Hold on. I'm not
Um,
seeing her at all.
Another reason would be she's dealing with her own stuff. She could be having some family issues or something else going on, and she just doesn't have that time to dedicate to a relationship. So she would friend zone him for the time being. Um, she needs to know you better before she gets involved.
That's funny, but go ahead.
She genuinely just wants to be friends.
Now that sounds more like the truth. The I just generally want to be friends with you sounds more like the truth that I'm sure I put my money down on it that many men would agree. She just want to be friends. That sounds more like the truth than anything else you mentioned. Anything else. It could
Then
be
we
true
can
for
friends.
her. He's not gonna. He could reject it as the truth. That other stuff.
Then it could be they're too needy and too clingy,
Mm-hmm.
and they
Yes.
forgetting that you got kids.
Yes.
But they want you to put them on this pedestal and be right there at they beck and call, and you can't.
Oh no.
Then you would friend zone someone if they've dated one of your friends or your family members before.
Ooh. Ooh.
We would friend zone someone if they have no sense of humor. Laughter feeds the soul. You got to be willing to laugh with someone,
Yeah.
joke with them, and engage in different things. Then, like I said before, she just doesn't want to lose him as a friend, so she will not cross those boundaries.
I think that's, I don't know. I really do believe that I've been living up under a rock. And maybe I need to go back there because I know that these are scenarios. I do know that these are scenarios that you're sharing with us. I only see that one as the true, the nothing but the truth, true reason as to why would she put him in a friend zone, because she doesn't want to be in a relationship more than a friend with this person. That to me sounds more like the truth than anything else, because Miss Lita, we know someone in our life that has told us, girl, I met somebody yesterday. I slept with him. He was trash. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up now. So a one night stand. Okay. And now that man, now, okay, so we know that particular girlfriend of ours or that particular man friend of ours had a one night stand with somebody. So I'll repeat, there are women who will have a one night stand with a man in their lifetime. And if they have not, maybe they have thought about it. And if not, they know a friend. And if not, they may know a neighbor. Somewhere, somebody told them about a one night stand. Now, let's go back to the friend zone thing. You have this man who is in the friend zone, and we're telling him all of these scenarios that you came across that, oh, I'm just not ready to be in a relationship. Sounds good. Or, well, I'm hurting from my past relationships. Is the reason why I don't want to be in a more in-depth, uh, growing relationship with this person, with you. First of all, um, you done told your male friend. I'm saying whoever it is, not you, not me. They done told this male friend that well, not told him, they showed him that he's in the friend zone. But we may have told that same friend about that one night stand. Oh, so he knows that you're capable, that his friend is capable of doing such. So you mean to tell me, is what I'm sure he's going to think, you can make me wait for years to be more to you than a friend. I have shown you this, that, and the other, but you slept with a stranger, dear friend, and you only met him one day, decided to sleep with that friend the same night. Boom. Explain that. And that's the reason why these friends that we're calling our friends and they're of the opposite sex, we try to speak for them. We put ourselves in their shoes and speak for them. That's not fair. And it's not realistic either. And we'll tell our other friends, girl, he's okay. That stuff doesn't bother him. That's a lie. It's not necessarily true. He could be hurting. I'm telling my friend of, I don't know, 10, 15 years of the opposite sex, all of these scenarios of what I have done, which is a whole bunch of shenanigans, foolishness, and that friend want to be more to me than a friend. And so that language that I am speaking to him with through my actions is breaking his heart, and he's whatever he's saying to himself, he's going through it all. And I have no idea what that is until he started moving different, talking different, and treating me differently, and start showing that resentment. And then the biggest problem of all of that is if I were to get him out of that friend zone, because now, guess what's going to have to happen? Well, it doesn't have to happen, but some men are petty. You made me wait all these years for what? It's coming out, Miss Lita. It's coming out.
Okay, first off, I feel like this. If you know that that man has an interest in you, why would you approach them and tell them that you had a one night stand? You know that's going to be an insult to an injury.
Mm-mm.
So
That
that's number
is
one.
a scenario that you are unaware that you don't have feelings for him like that more than a friendship, and you're unaware that he feels you know some kind of his heart is fluttering for me. I am totally unaware that my friend feels more for me than a friendship. And in that same scenario, I do not want my friend to be more than a friend to me. And so, because that is my friend, and I see that is my friend, I feel and believe that we are only going to be friends. Sometimes our tongues get loose. We just loose tongue, just talking about everything, sharing everything to this friend. And then, oops, my heart is feeling funny now. Oops, this friend is saying, Leslie, could I talk to you about something? Yeah, and I was thinking that I've been knowing you for a long time now, and Miss Lita, come on now, been knowing you for a long time now, Leslie, and I just want to know if what's up. And then you're like, what's up? Like, what do you mean? Like, what's up for today? You start acting like you just don't know what this friend is talking about. You're hoping he's not talking about that, like togetherness. Come on, express yourself, friend. And then there he is. There he goes. Lay it all the way down. Lay it all the way out. And you're like shocked. And as women, as grown women, we ought not to be shocked because we do know that that's a possibility that our friend is feeling like that about us. Although we could be clueless in that friendship. It doesn't make it not true.
So let me say this. For me, I'm the kind of person, I set boundaries, and so I make sure that I don't cross those boundaries. And I let my boundaries be known up front. Um, like I'm not that person who's going to try to mess with your man. We can be friends, and I can go hang out with you, but I would never go to your home. And if you wasn't there, go in, and that man is by himself. No, I'm not that friend. We not. And I would expect the same of you if you was to come to my home and
Right.
I wasn't there, that you wouldn't go in with my man, because that's make me look at you sideways like what's going on. So every now and then you have to set boundaries ahead of time. Like let it be known what it is, that you are trying to ascertain from this relationship. And so that's how I feel about it. Um so
That's a different scenario. That's a whole nother scenario because you said that you have a man in this scenario and I have a man in this scenario. And so suppose you don't have a man in this scenario and I don't, but I have a friend who is in a friend zone, have nothing to do with my significant other or yours.
I mean, I hear you. Like I say, I definitely hear you. Still, I just feel like
Speaking
you
of friends,
some
Galita
people you
is in
have
the
to establish
building.
boundaries ahead of time. Hey, boo. Um, some people you have to establish boundaries with ahead of time,
Absolutely.
and just let them know, right off out the gate, like, we're strictly friends. This is a platonic friendship. And that's just what it is.
I'm
Not
laughing, Miss
everyone
Lita,
will be.
because it was told to me and it went the other way. And yeah.
I mean, I've had guys in the past who I have been friends with, and they be like, "Man, I've liked you since blah blah blah, junior high, something like that." I'll be like, "Oh, I have to be honest with them. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, and I simply say I never would cross those boundaries. I never looked at you like that, and so I apologize. because I don't want to seem insensitive to your feelings, but I just never seen you that way. We've been friends for all these years. I've just never looked at you any differently.
And that's why, as for me, I mentioned early on that we can have a friend that we don't see a life with, uh, as a husband, or anything other than a friend, but we cannot speak for the other person. He looked like our friend. He'd been acting um, like a friend to me, but I don't know what's in his heart. All I know is what he tells me. And then in my lifetime, some of those friends verbalize what I'm telling you right now, that their heart told them something else. Leslie is amazing. I didn't know how amazing she was, but now I want to tell her how amazing she is and see where it gets me. Broke my heart in half because I just really, as a woman, I really want to say that I truly have a friend of the opposite sex who has never done that to me, who has never told me any of the such. Leslie, I mean, being your friend is great, but I want to be more. I cannot tell you. I cannot tell you that that's my reality, because it isn't.
Well, we got to get into the second part of this question. Would a man stay if he was friend zoned? Um, I feel like some men might stay and some might leave. It depends on how their actual feelings are for you. If they have a strong amount of feelings for you and they just see that you're never going to look at them any differently, then they might leave the friendship alone so that way they further don't get their feelings involved with you. Because each time that they're around you or that they speak to you, then it might engulf more and more feelings for you, and so they choose to leave the friendship alone, period, because they know that you don't see them in that mannerism or that magnitude, and so they go ahead and leave the friendship alone.
I
um
think it all depends on what is he doing. Like, if he was, oh, okay, so you're saying that if the two had, uh they were actively in a relationship, more than friends. We can name any titles if we want, but whatever, more than friends. And then he gets put in the friend zone. Will he stick around? I think it.
No, I'm saying if they were friends and she already established to him that she didn't want anything other than a
Oh,
friendship, he might leave because of the fact
no,
that
I doubt it.
some men will.
They will leave. The ones that, well, I can't say which ones will, because I could be wrong either way. But in my lifetime, no, they don't leave.
Some
um,
some men will leave and some will stay, and it's one of those challenges for them. Like,
exactly,
I
Miss
can get
Lita.
her to change her mind type thing.
Yes,
Um And when my mind's made up in regards to something, my mind's made up.
exactly.
It's no changing. But you can try all day long,
Yeah.
but you gonna get your feelings hurt because I'm gonna shoot you down every time. So,
See,
um, that's just on you.
see, I
Um,
understand that language because well, I was gonna say I played that game, but it wasn't a game. I have to really think about that. Was it a game? I think part of it was a game. And when it ended, and it looked like I won, it wasn't a game. It was something I really wanted, though. And so that's speaking my language. If I want something, well, that's my past. So and that's the way that I saw things. If I wanted a man who I knew was not married, don't talk to me about you got a girlfriend, boyfriend. I don't know that woman. I owe her nothing. I don't even talk to me about that. I'm not talking about the Leslie of today. I'm talking about the Leslie of yesterday. If that was your wife, all right, boom. I'm not even your friend. I don't care about being your friend. I'm not going against nothing about, I don't need no wife calling me. I don't need no wife at home crying. I don't know what's going on. Friend, goodbye. But if it was that a man is single or in a relationship talking about, well, it's complicated or whatever, I don't have to figure this out. I really didn't ask. So I don't even know why I'm uh, acting like I always ask. I didn't. All I wanted to know is, are you married? Okay. That's all I really wanted to know. Are you married? No. Do you have children? No or yes. You got children. That's all well. I didn't mind that. But you got a wife, I'm dead. I'm gone. But if you're talking about, I got a girlfriend, how long have you all been together or whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's y'all business. You, if you love her so much, you would marry her, blah, blah, blah. Nothing to do with me. If you were to be my friend on any capacity and my heart starts saying, whoa, I want more, I'm going for it. I'm not slowing down because you got somebody on the side who is not on the side, is in your life. If you're not telling me that she is your number one, she's your queen, if you're not talking like that, I'm not going to think of her that way. And so if you tell me no, if the man were to tell me no, okay, I would respect that. But I'm not giving up, not stopping. I'm not going to bother you directly, get on your nerve, do all these stupid things. I'm going to be around you as much as often as I possibly can. And I'm just going to tell you, it worked every time. That's the Leslie of yesterday. So I'm not trying to paint myself to be this woman who wants what she wants, go after what she wants no matter what. There's a lot of things I'm proud of about the Leslie of yesterday. There's a lot of things I'm not. So when it comes to these types of games, I'm already I already know about these games. I already know about these games. Have games been played on me? Of course they have. Will it ever again? Of course it can. Of course. Of course. But it better not be any of those games that I recognize as games. Better not be. You better come better than that. So that friend zone stuff, when it comes to, and it's on both sides. You tell me no, Leslie of yesterday I'm talking about. I'm not going nowhere. No for what? Are you in a marriage? Then I'll go. Okay. But if you're talking about something less than a marriage, I'm not going anywhere. If you're not willing to get rid of me, I'm not going anywhere. If you keep giving me hope, I'm sticking around. I promise you, I'm sticking around because you gave me hope. Now, if you stop giving me hope, stop answering my calls, I'll go away. But if you're not doing that, see you tomorrow.
I mean, I don't know if I would ever be that persistent.
Oh yeah.
Especially if the level of commitment that I'm putting into the friendship or what I would hope to be a relationship wasn't reciprocated.
But it was. But if they're like, you don't know truly where you are in regards to your position. If that man is giving you hope, you don't know the whole truth because he's not revealing the whole truth. He's giving you hope. So you don't really know. That's your friend. That's all you know. Is we're friends. And some men move like that. And then when you try to tell some women, they're going to deny you. That's why I don't know. That's why I have a few friends because I'm not going to
I
somebody.
mean, I have, like I say, I have a number of male friends. Like a vast majority of my friends are males. But that's strictly it. I've never seen them any differently, and if they seen me differently, then they haven't told me because my focus is not on them.
Somebody keep calling my phone.
Mm,
I apologize.
oh, no problem. Um,
Can you hear me, Miss Lisa?
I can hear you. So,
Miss
it,
Lita,
it
can you
just
hear me?
depends. Huh? What'd you say, Leslie? I really just feel like it depends upon the person in regards to
Hello?
if they. Yes, can you hear me? I really just feel like it depends upon the person and if they choose to stay within the relationship, um, as far as them being friend zoned. It. I mean, that's the only thing that I can
Okay.
say in that.
I'm not
Huh?
hearing you, Miss Lita. Can you say something?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm not hearing you. I'm gonna step down and come back.
Guys, are you able to hear me? Put a one in the chat if you're able to hear me. Okay. So I don't know what's going on with Leslie's connection, but let me drop the link so that way she can come back and we'll get ready to close this out. Um, okay. So, like I say, I hope you guys actually have enjoyed this topic. It was pretty interesting in regards to you know, why we would friend zone someone. I would definitely like to see what Glenn would have to say in regards to the men's chat why they would friend zone a woman. I think that would be interesting because I feel like us as women will friend zone a man quicker
Think that would
than
be
a man would
interesting
ever
because
try
I
to
feel
friend
like
zone
us as
us.
women will friend zone a man.
You have another device playing in the background?
I'm sorry. I just turned it all the way down.
Oh, no
Yes, I
problem.
did have one.
Well, I'm happy y'all
Okay.
like the topic. Leslie actually had picked this topic. We have not decided what next week's topic will be, but we definitely will be working on it. Um, our members will be the ones to know first. So y'all might want to butter them up to find out what the next topic is going to be. I'm just saying.
Can I give one last thought?
You sure can.
Okay, so I do want to. This is quoting someone. I was watching Tony Gaskins, and I don't want to quote his words word for word without doing that, without acknowledging him. So, in regards to putting a man in a friend zone, he said what he said. He has a part two as well. But what he did say is if you can't see a man as your husband going into a relationship with romantic interest in the beginning, then move on with your life. If you're too hurt to be with him, then he's not the man for you. Because if it's the right man, it will be the right time. End quote.
Okay. I agree with that. I mean, I just feel like don't waste anybody's time. And don't let them invest time and feelings into you if you already know that you don't want it to go any further other than just a friendship. Make sure you state your position clearly and you don't um, back down from them boundaries. So that's all I can say in that regards. Mm. Leslie, you there? Or your phone went out again? Okay, I don't know what happened with Miss Leslie, but so guys, that is basically the topic. Do you guys have anything that you would like to add to it before we close out? Yeah, I be laughing at Leslie and her phone, honey. I don't know what be going on with Leslie and that phone, but I be like, ooh we gonna have to get her a steady connection so that way she can talk to us and it won't die out on us. Well, that is basically all that we have for you tonight. I would just say that, if you are not interested in a person, let them know ahead of time. Don't waste their time. Don't let them invest time into you. Um, make your position clear that you simply want to be friends. Because if you allow someone to get their feelings involved and that's not what you're looking for, you're going to hurt that person substantially and you never want to hurt someone else. So, until next time, I'm your girl, Miss Lita, and Miss Leslie is in the chat. I hope you guys have a blessed and wonderful evening, and I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and your opinions. Till next time, we out of here. Bye, guys.